Hello friends, my name is Forge, and today I'm taking a trip down memory lane by looking back on the best video games I played growing up as a kid born in the mid-2000s era. Now, I didn't play most of the mainstream games back then, but I bet some of the games you played as a kid will still show up on this list. Again, just so y'all know, I was born in the mid-2000s, like 2000s to the 2010s, that era, so hopefully that sets the scene of what gaming era I grew up with. However, both of my brothers are older than me, so some of these games might be older than what you expected from someone like me. Number 10, Jetpack Joyride. Starting us off very strong, I have Jetpack Joyride at number 10. Now, to be honest, I don't think this can even be classified as like a typical video game, but I don't really care because this mobile game was so special growing up. I remember my brothers and I grinding this game on our one shared account to unlock all the cool different jetpacks. Trying to survive as far as you could was thrilling. For those who were unfortunately not blessed with this game as a child, Jetpack Joyride was a 2D game where you would strap a jetpack to your back and collect as many coins as you could while simultaneously dodging lethal electric wires and oncoming missiles. While at first a piece of cake, your speed increases the farther you survive, thus making it nearly impossible to not get struck as you progress. It might seem like this gameplay would get very repetitive based on what you're seeing, but the game's shiny inventory of unique outfits and jetpacks entice players like me to continue playing for a long time. Jetpack Joyride was released in 2011, but I think it actually got its own TV show or something, but I don't know, I never actually watched it because I couldn't put the game itself down. Number 9, Zuzu Pets. I doubt Zuzu Pets was more popular than Jetpack Joyride, but don't write these innocent looking critters off. This computer CD game introduced me to Rage Quit, but I still love it for that. Zuzu Pets is a single player game where you play as a hamster, or maybe it's actually a guinea pig because like the Chinese translation comes back as little pigs. Anyways, you go through a series of obstacle courses, which are also very aesthetically pleasing, even today. I mean, just look at these stages, they're amazing. To make things more exciting, you're constantly timed by the timer at the top. Some stages have monsters that try to eat you and attack you, and most stages have their own little quirks, which just make everything so much more fun. Like most progression games, the further you progress in the game, the more challenging the courses become. What was really fun for me growing up was trying to break my siblings' time records, because you're timed and try to get the fastest time, and it was so fun. We have siblings, it's so fun. Even though it's probably been a decade since I last played Zuzu Pets, I still remember many stages quite well because the designers excelled at making each one stand out in its own way. What looks like a baby's hamster ball video game at first glance is actually a competitive speedrunning crash course. Number 8, Super Mario 3D Land. Man, I can't believe I only have this game at number 8 because it deserves so much better, but that just shows how amazing the rest of the other games are. Now, out of all the 3D Mario games, this is the only one I really remember even to this day, except Odyssey because, can't beat Odyssey. There's nothing really that special about this game on paper, but experiencing the adventure on my 3DS on various car rides felt magical. The theme you're listening to right now is so good, I mean, just listen to this. I mean, it's just amazing, and the rest of the soundtrack is like almost even better, it's just unbelievable. Today, Super Mario 3D Land probably doesn't look all that good compared to the new 3D Mario games that we have now that came after its release, but back then, this game was a true gem. I'm honestly not even really a fan of traditional 2D and 3D Mario games, but I am of this one, and I would gladly take it over Jetpack Joyride or Zuzu Pets. Number 7, Super Mario Sluggers. Well, another Mario game. How about that? If you never grew up liking baseball, I can kind of understand if you don't like this game, but growing up in a sports family that also loved Mario, this game was an elite combo with brilliant execution. Everything about this game feels so well designed. Not only is this an awesome baseball game featuring all the cool Mario characters and stages, but it also has a riveting story of how things on this island came to be. I literally remember waking up from my naps, heart racing and all, rushing out into the day room to see what I missed as my brother was doing his first playthrough of this game. Super Mario Sluggers has aged so well that I still boot this game up every so often, and the fact that people are still making content and even tournaments of this video game from 2008 is a testament to how well it has aged. Number 6, Backyard Football. Whoa, another sports video game. Noticing a trend? No, but seriously, this 1999 computer CD game was and is the pinnacle of sports gaming. I kid you not when I say that I would take this game over modern day Madden games. I'm 100% serious. And I'm 100% serious too when I say that I bought a copy off eBay a couple of years ago because my original disc broke. How I found another copy online, I don't even know, don't ask. What makes this game so enthralling is the customization and personality the game has to offer. You get to draft your own team from a huge selection of players, some of whom were actual NFL legends. Honestly though, the new random characters are more fun and sometimes even better to have on your team. Each one has such a fun, distinct personality. Like the characters, some of the teams you choose from are real NFL teams while some are also made up, but they're pretty cool. Backyard football works similar to an NFL season. You play a series of games, and if you win enough, you qualify for the playoffs, and then you work your way to the Super Bowl. But the often overlooked gem of this video game is actually the announcers, especially the dude, Chuck Downfield. This guy has so many funny sayings that my family and I still quote him today. The creators also made a baseball and basketball version of this series, but Backyard football is by far the best one. Number 5, Webkinz. Alright y'all. All the games I already mentioned are obviously amazing, but hold on, because this is where we take a massive jump from the great to the best, starting with Webkinz. Low-key, I think Webkinz might actually have been the very first video game I ever played, but boy was it a good one. Man, I don't even know where I start. It's been so long since I played this treasure, but if my memory serves me right, basically you buy like all these stuffed animals called Webkinz in stores. Now, I don't exactly know all the stores that carry Webkinz, but I always went to a place called Hallmark. Each Webkinz that you bought had a code attached to it, and then you would plug that into the online Webkinz website so that you could play as that character online. Once unlocked, you would get a house to decorate however you want, kind of similar to Animal Crossing, honestly. There was also a ton of fun mini games to play to get super cool items and rewards, and when you're that young, I mean, everything just feels so much more cooler and awesome. But what was really exciting was when you could trade these rare items with other people playing online. Most of the time, Webkinz didn't even feel like a video game. It felt like living in your own separate whimsical world. After listening to myself describe this game, my description doesn't really encapsulate the exuberance of this legendary game, but trust me when I say that this game was one of its kind. I love you, Webkinz, rest in peace. Number 4, Mario Kart Wii. Out of all these glorious games, I'm sure Mario Kart Wii is the game most of us can relate to. This game is literally just the definition of a classic. It doesn't get much classier than MK Wii. I just have so many great memories of this video game with my fam. I wasn't even really that good, but you didn't really need skill to enjoy this game, which is becoming a rare thing these days. And of course, we're all aware that this game was the peak of stages and music. I mean, come on, we cannot deny that, guys. Like Super Mario Sluggers, it's very impressive that people still regularly make content about the game. Now, I'm sorry if y'all were hoping that Mario Kart Wii would be higher than number 4, but there are a few more games that were better when I was growing up. The Wii U itself may have been a total flop, but it still has some buried diamonds in the rough. Yeah, that's right, you guys. Nintendo Land is better than Mario Kart Wii, alright? Now, since only 13 million of you guys actually had the guts to take a chance on the Wii U, let me break this game down for you. It was the best Nintendo party game growing up. Enough said, enough said. Wii Party U was also really good, but Nintendo Land was still better for sure. Honestly, like half of the mini-games, well, I guess mini-games isn't really the right word, because the mini-games in Nintendo Land are nothing like the Wii U party games at all. They're kind of like sub-games of existing Nintendo franchises like Zelda, Pikmin, etc. inside one big game, Nintendo Land. Anyways, half of these sub-games aren't even really that good, at least I rarely touch them, but the good ones are fantastic and just unbelievably, just mind-blowing how good these things are. The Metroid, Zelda, Luigi's Mansion, and especially the Pikmin one were literally addicting. And since this game was designed for multiplayer, the more siblings you had, the better this game was. However, Nintendo Land, believe it or not, wasn't the best Wii U game. I know, hard to imagine. Number 2, Splatoon 1. Holy cow. Oh man, every time I talk about Splatoon 1, I just have to remind myself of how blessed I was to be born when I was. This video game was my everything during the later half of my childhood. Even today, Splatoon is still by far my favorite video game series. But that wouldn't have happened without Splatoon 1. Not only have I made several videos about this amazing series, but I've also written and submitted college essays about the franchise. That's how much it means to me. Now, truthfully, looking back on Splatoon 1, it may not have been that good when compared to its successors like Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3, but that is irrelevant for the purposes of this video. Splatoon is basically a colorful, family-friendly, they love to market it as, 4v4 shooter with a compelling underground story that develops with each passing game. There's many different options for online play and a plethora of weapons and gear to choose from. Now, don't let its kitty characteristics fool you. This series has an unfathomably competitive and toxic community, but again, that doesn't diminish its base value. And I'm speaking from experience, man. This community is tough and ruthless. But Splatoon has always been my primary content focus, and it will probably always be. But not even Splatoon 1 was the best video game for me growing up. Hold up. Before I reveal the best one, it's only proper for me to rapid fire some very honorable mentions here. Here we go, let's do this. Temple Run, too stressful to make top 10 cut. Subway Surfers, Jetpack Joyride did it better. King of Thieves, honestly I just wasn't good enough to enjoy this game more. Mario and Sonic at the 2012 Olympic Games. I really missed this game, I almost put it on the list. Wii Party U, already mentioned it, but Nintendo Land just built different. Tomodachi Life, I can't wait for the second game, let's go!
Are you ready?
Number 1, Animal Crossing New Leaf. You know how I said Splatoon 1 was my everything for the second half of my childhood? Well, Animal Crossing New Leaf was my everything for the first half.
Growing up, man, I spent hours of my life
grinding for bugs and fish on this remote island. I'll never forget when I first discovered the ability to manipulate time so I could spawn rare creatures when I wanted. Man, that was so good. And I'll never forget watching the movie 9 in the basement during a thunderstorm while on the island at night, and my foot fell asleep, so that just made everything so much more memorable. Even though I was so young, I will never forget this game. Never! I just remember having endless amounts of fun from this game. And even somehow one of my most popular videos from years ago is from this game. I just poured so much into Animal Crossing New Leaf, and I have the teeth marks on my 3DS right here to show my emotion for this game. The only thing that stopped me from playing this game was actually Splatoon 1. It was then when I entered a new season of gaming, but Animal Crossing New Leaf will forever be my favorite video game growing up as a kid. So what were your guys' favorite games as a kid? Or maybe you're still in that phase right now. Either way, let me know. After all, there are no right or wrong answers, so fire away. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed.
Corre, corre, gatito.